Alrighty, welcome back, guys. I am having a day. So we're going to do objective number 7, chart data with a line chart, and we're just continuing on what we had with the previous objective. Okay, so we are going to insert multiple rows and create a line chart. So we're going to start off by doing what? Okay, so what they'd like us to do is actually change the colors. So we're going to do that by go to page layout. This has nothing to do with anything. Apparently, they just like the look. Page layout. All right. And then in page layout, we're going to go to themes and we're going to grab the colors option. We're going to scroll down till we come to red. So that's number 1. Now the next thing is we want to bump everything down. So what we're going to do is we're going to select row 6. I'm going to bring a mouse right in the middle of the number, left mouse button down, and I'm going to drag it until I select row 21. Okay. So I've selected or highlighted row 6 through 21. Once I've selected them, they're all green. I'm going to bring my mouse up, right mouse click, and insert. Booyah. And right between 21 and the 22, this is what I call our housekeeping feature. And if we click on the insert options, do you want to format same as above? So whatever formatting we have in row 5, do you want to use that? No. What about the row below? Do you want to format that as in row 22? No. The only choice we want is clear all the formatting in those rows. You notice how everything kind of bounces up and down again? You're good to go. Okay. And that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right. So that brings us up to instruction number 4. And we're going to click up in cell A1. And then we're going to select the range for our chart. It's going to be A4 to F4. One row, A4 to F4. Insert tab. Charts group line is going to be 2D line, and it's going to be the second from the left, which is line with markers. And it kind of sits there in the center. That's perfectly fine for now. Okay. So what they'd like us to do is actually, it's not fine, because what they'd like us to move it over here to approximately A6. The top left-hand corner of the chart is going to be located in A6. Okay. Good enough. That's instruction 6 and instruction number 7. And instruction number 8. Oh, I cringe. Okay. We're going to point at the chart titled Tourism Spending. I'm pointing, but I don't want to. I'm going to right mouse click, and it's going to bring up the shortcut menu. We're going to select Edit Text. Okay. So then you see the insertion point to the left of the word tourism. We are going to type in spring break. I'm going to press the space bar. And space. Then we're going to move ourselves all the way over to the right-hand side. I know there's a million ways to do it. I'm just going to use the arrow key. I've got to the very right-hand side of the text box, pressing Enter key. And I'm going to type in 2020 to 2024. 2020 to 2024. So far, so good, but we're not out of the woods yet. We want to make sure that we want to be able to do some more formatting in here. So what we need to do is to click anywhere on the border or the outside of the title, or chart title, I should say. Once we've selected that, now we've selected the entire content. Okay. What are we going to do? Right mouse click again. Font again. And the font style is going to be bold. Okay. And is there anything else? The font color is first So second column, first color. 1, 2, and this guy here. And okay. Right. That's number 9. Now we're going to go down to the next activity, 3.18. We're going to format axes in a line chart. An axis is a line that serves as a frame of reference to measurement for it borders the chart area. Okay. And we've got what I used to call the x-axis and the y-axis. It could be the vertical, which is up and down, and the horizontal, which is going side to side, like horizontal. Okay. I think there's another name for it. Oh, value axis for the numbers, I believe it is, and labels. Anyways, I can't remember. There's a million names for these things. So the chart is still selected. Is. And at the bottom chart of we want to point at any of the numbers 1 through 5. We're going to right mouse click. We're going to select data. Then there's 2 ways to do that. You see here we want to replace the placeholder 1 with the actual value, and we do that by selecting edit. Then we're going to go and select our range. Our range is going to be B3 all the way through to F3. Okay, and as soon as you do that, 2020 all the way through to 2024. Beautiful. Halfway there, everything looks great. Okay, we can close this thing off. On the axis labels, that's what it is, axis labels. And we're good to go. So that is our horizontal category selected. And we're going to keep these guys selected so far. We're going to go up to the plus, the chart elements. Then we're going to select axis. We're going to click on the arrow, and then we're going to select more options. And with the more options, you've got axis options and text options. For our purposes, we're going to stay in the axis options. We've got the fill and line, effects, size and properties, and of course, axis options. Wow. Under the axis options, we're going to select fill and line. Okay, good enough. Okay. And in the line, we're going to select no line. And close the format axis pane. Okay. So then we notice the red line does not display in the low portion. So basically it displays from the 6th floor up of our condo building. It does not display in the ground floor, the 2nd floor, the 3rd floor, 12th floor, 5th floor, 6th floor. It starts on the 6th floor. So how can we change that to better take advantage of our entire space? We do that by not messing up. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to point at any one of the dollar values. Doesn't matter. Pick a number, any number. Right mouse click. And then we're going to go down to format axis. And on the right hand side, here it is, format axis pane. Beautiful. Confession time, guys. I messed this up a couple of times with my recordings too. Let's see if I can do it right. Okay. So there we go. Now, in the format axis pane, under bounds, we're going to select the minimum box. So right now, think about it. It's on the ground floor. So we're saying everybody starts living on the 6th floor and up. So let's make it so everybody can see the 6th floor. So in the bounds, we're actually going to write in 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the lowest number is going to be down here shortly. We're not quite there yet. So the bounds is going to be million, is going to be, sorry, 5 million. That's the bottom number. Okay. And in the units, right now, again, you've got this weird, oh, does not look better already? In the units, in the major box, we want to type in, instead of the number that we see there, instead of, what did they call that? Scientific number. So we're going to replace the scientific number, and we are going to type in one, 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. And is there anything else I need to do? Nope. Because when I press the enter key, everything, the grid line should get much bigger and it should look pretty good. Enter. It does. Don't worry about the fact we got the scientific number. We're good to go because we entered it in. And you notice the grid lines, they are 5 million. So the 1.5 million between each grid line. 5 million, 6.5, 6.5 plus you can do the math, you know, definitely not my mathematics skills, but we're good to go. That looks pretty darn good, actually. I think so. Now, the major unit value determines the spacing between the grid lines in the plot area. Yes. And because we've widened them up, it looks less crowded, and yet you can still figure out where things are. And numbers that display E plus a number are expressed by Excel in a scientific format, which means it displays a number in exponential notation, which means it won't fit into the little box. Activity 3.19, formatting the chart area in a line chart. Let's close the table content or not. So, number 1, near the top of the Format Axis pane, we're going to select the Axis Options arrow. We're going to select the chart area, Format Chart Area, and Fill in Line. That's a lot of movement. Let's get there, shall we? So, Axis Options, Chart Area. Ah, how cool is that, eh? So Axis Options is a little arrow on the left-hand side, and the first option is Chart Area. Okay, so it selects it, and it also Format Chart Area. That's the same as if we right mouse click and Format Chart Area ourselves. I love it when we do that. Okay. And we're going to go and select Fill and Line. Just going to close this off. In the Format Chart area, in the Fill, expand the options and Picture or Texture Fill. Okay, let's expand Fill. Let's go down and select Picture or Texture. And what is it we want? Is it a picture, which we could do, it looks amazing, or are we going to select the texture? Okay, and so we're going to go down to the texture. We're going to look for parchment. If I'm not mistaken, it's one of these two guys. Recycle the parchment. And we're good to go. A bit more. And then, that's not excitement enough for you. Number 4. We're going to go to the Fill. We're going to collapse the options, basically close everything up. Like so. And you've got Fill and Border. So what do we want to do with the Fill? Are we done there? We're going to go to the border. We're going to expand the border. We're going to select our solid line. Which color do they want us to use? Theme color 6, column first color. They really like these. Color 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And first color. Okay. What is the width or the weight of it? The width is going to be 2. I'm particularly lazy, so 1. Yeah, I could have typed it in, but I chose to use the arrows. And then we're going to use the scroll bar on the right side of the format chart. I'm going to scroll down until it comes around corners. Right now, I don't know if I can do this or not, but they are just plain, sharp, square corners. But if we scroll down, and you've got all sorts of choices. One thing we're interested in, check this out. How sweet is that? Hang on a second. Oh, I can't do anything about that. All right. And we're going to save. And then we are going to format the plot area. Let me mute myself for a second. And I'm back again. Sorry about the silence there. Okay. So now we're activity 3.20. We're going to format the plot area grid lines and axis fonts in a light chart. Truth be told, these are beautiful things to learn, but most of them we don't do on a day-to-day basis. But they are certainly good to know. All right. So to the right of the chart, we're going to select. So anything else we need to do? Select that. And then save and compare. So leaving it open only because they're not telling me to close it. So I'm just going to leave it open. On the right hand side, we've got the little plus. And once we've selected the plus or the chart elements, we're going to go down to grid lines. Okay. And then with the little arrow to the right of that, we're going to go down. Of course, we're going to go to more options. Where else would we go? More. And you can see the grid lines. They've already been highlighted. Okay. And we can see that we're going to go and grid lines, more, and format major grid lines. Yes, I did. Format major grid lines. I'm going to bring this over here so I can actually see what we're doing. And then it looks a little something like this. So what we're going to do you can select the solid line option. Okay, solid line option it is. There they are. Well, how thick or heavy or meaty are they going to be? Right now they're 3/4 of a point, so go up to 1, a little bit thicker. Okay. And then we're going to go to not that. Just click on the wrong thing. And what we're going to do is in the chart, go to any of the dollar values. That's these guys over here on the left hand side. We're going to select font. Okay. The font style is going to be bold. Good enough. Could we have gone up and done it in our formula bar? Yep. And using the same technique, we want to apply bold to the horizontal or category axis. So they're saying whatever you did there in your vertical, I want you to do it down here in your horizontal. So okay, point at any of the years, right mouse click, on that axis. Okay. Good. Nothing I need to do in here that I can think of. Right mouse click, font, bold. Is there anything else? Nope. We're good to go. Okay. I still think that looks a bit weird. Okay. And see. We're good to go. That is the end of that page.